All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and welcome to the call. Thank you for joining me. Excuse me. If you are interested in marketing a listing, yours or borrowed, to generate buyers, to generate more sellers, to generate referrals, you are in the right place. That's what we're going to be going through today. So let me know that you're conscious, that you are awake, that you are ready to learn. I am recording this. It will be on our YouTube channel. It will also be at our blog. It'll be in the Mastermind group. So it'll be all over the place. You can always ask our support team for more information. Arif, Javid Shah. All right, let's keep that momentum going over there. If nobody knows what Javid Shah means, you will soon. So anyways, let's give it a quick minute here. Let people get in here and log in. And all right, awesome. I did post in the Mastermind group. Definitely go take a look at this. In the Mastermind group today, I posted a great prompt. I got a number of different similar prompts to this. I just made this one live today. And it's, you can do better listing descriptions that motivate people to engage and to help you get found more with SEO and AEO. So AI, Google, but also we want people to engage with us, and we don't want to be doing that garbage, standard hype stuff, right? We want really powerful, but unique, great, engaging descriptions, right? That motivate people, that get people to envision, right? Actually live in there. So you can just see a little bit of the prompt right here, and you can click the link to get to it. If you are not a member of our school classroom, you'll be prompted to join. I'll have to, or somebody on my team will have to accept you. So that may take a little bit of time, but you're going to want to make sure that you get in there, because this is where we have got our expired pipeline classroom, where we got our pending just sold classroom, where we got our open house marketing and mastery, and then the Listings to Leads success framework. And so these are all kind of a work in progress. The expired is the one that is just amazing. So, in fact, if you look at the success framework, all right, going after expireds, that's number one, lowest hanging fruit, expireds and FSBOs. And then next up is marketing listings and doing open houses. All right, open houses. And I made a post on this in the Mastermind group the other day. For example, how do you know you need to be doing more open houses? You want to get listings and buyers short term. You want to build up your SOI. So for a lot of you, you may not have the biggest SOI or an SOI that's engaged and really helping you grow your business. Doing open houses is phenomenal. All right, it's absolutely phenomenal for helping boost and get our SOI built. All right, hello from Lake Elmo. Where's Lake Elmo? In Cincinnati? Isn't Cincinnati just North Kentucky? No, I'm joking. I remember the first time I ever realized that Cincinnati was right on the border of Kentucky and Ohio. I was like, really? San Antonio? I've been to San Antonio. Good stuff down there in San Antonio. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And one last thing here, which I am so excited. If any of you go after probate leads, so check this out. I don't know a lot about probate. All right. I may know what it is, but My Plus Leads is going to be going live at some point. Might be like another month. It might be sooner. They're just wrapping up some testing with it. I'm going to be getting early access to the probate data. So I'm excited. I can't wait. But you can use the 100 plus point home marketing plan and gear it towards probate. So check this out. So it says the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. We do this for expireds, canceled, FSBOs, sellers, right? Listing presentations where we can feature their home, their name, their address right on the cover. And so we're going to be doing that for probate at some point soon. Hopefully Hopefully by the time My Plus Leads is live, we'll be live with a probate version, like the straight up version. But I can add a status listing presentation, and then edit the headline like you see here. So the listing presentation, the main headline is the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. And then right under that, in mine, it's blue. It's always your branding and your logo and your picture. It says the 100 plus point home marketing plan to get your Northern California home in probate sold. So I am super, super duper excited about this because expireds, amazing. In fact, I just had a client, John Summers, at our website. All right. Now, all of you log into your accounts because we're going to get at it and we're going to be doing a lot of this together, hopefully today. But John Summers here, the guy, the first video, and if you haven't noticed, you should be watching all of these videos on our website. If you're a client, you should watch them. If you're not a client, you should watch them. You should just watch them because these aren't just, oh, Listings to Leads is great videos. A lot of these videos here are chock full of great information for you. But yeah, I'm sorry. So John Summers here, he started in October going after expireds, and he put $2 million into contract in the last month in January. And he's gotten 3 listings under contract, 1 in 5 days, another 1 in 5 days, another 1 in 7 days. He literally just pinged me on Instagram yesterday, and he's like, Scott, I want to apologize. He didn't say I want to apologize, but he's like, Scott, I'm so sorry I haven't touched base with you in a while. I have been so busy because between the expireds and using you guys in the listing presentations and marketing these homes with Listings to Leads, not only is Listings to Leads getting me more listings, but it's helping me get these listings sold. So absolutely phenomenal. As long as you're writing offers and doing showings, you are forgiven. So sometimes people are all over, Scott, how do you do this? Scott, how do you do that? And then they disappear. But as long as you disappear because you're busy closing and getting and engaging, I'm more than happy with that. All right. Sacramento. Who's LDP? Oh, Lisa Drake. Oh my gosh. Yes, of course, Sacramento. I know you. All right, let's get at it. I'm going to give you one more link. In fact, I think I put that link into the mastermind or into the chat already here. In fact, let me turn on the comments. And if anyone's got anything good to say, I want to hear it. Last call we did, we had so many great comments. One of the people said that her ads have been doing so great for her, and the AI text is really helping her out. And I'll be talking about that today. But the link here, and if you're watching the recording, it's listings2leads.com/listings. And we've got breakouts for coming soon, just listed, active, and open house. Now, pending and just sold are another call. Normally we do those on Fridays. And then the Tuesday calls, we try to rotate different statuses. So every other week is open house. And then today, I think I'm doing just listed. So I'm going to do a just listed listing. What we do here will be appropriate for the most part for coming soon, just listed, active, and open house. Keep in mind, open house has a whole nother layer because open houses are an event. Open houses are when you are in the neighborhood, when you are belly to belly meeting people, when you are shortening that time frame from lead gen to engaging people and setting listing appointments, setting buyer consultations. Open houses can help you do that almost as faster than almost anything else. Got a listing using your suggested thermal report cover and LTL marketing material. Dennis, that is awesome. Yep. Yeah. And so when we talk about expireds, a lot of that stuff you can do with your seller leads. And so real quickly, let me share with you, let me just back up real quick. When you log in on the dashboard, every week, 2 weeks, I try to make it sure it's 2 weeks at the most, we drop emails onto the dashboard. We put it in the mastermind group. A lot of times we'll send an email out to everybody. It'll be on the pop-up when you first log into your account. It was actually on mine. You may have seen it. You may not have really noticed it. But when you log into Listings to Leads, check out the pop-up because there's these 2 emails. All right. And there's a few more because 2 weeks ago, the pending home sales report came out. And then last week, interest rates dropped below 6% for the first time in almost 3 years. And so we produce not just social media assets for you that are in the media library, but we've got these emails and they're just click and send or copy into your own CRM and send it from your CRM. There's one for buyers, the one right here. You can mouse over the headline, you see the purple, and then right here. So I'm going to click on the one that says it's for the sellers and homeowner leads. So, all the sellers, all the homeowners in your database, click on the subject line. And the reason this is so powerful, let me click on the preview, right? This is where the editor, you can edit however you want. But I'm going to go to the preview and we follow the similar format in all of these types of emails. People get listings from sending them out, and you're going to see why in a minute. So in this case, because interest rates just went down below 6% for the first time in almost 3 years, right? We let them know that. And then boom, why does this matter if you're considering selling in 2026? It matters because many home buyers, right, when they see that 5.98 or whatever it's going to be, and I think you get 15 maybe or whatever. I know you can even get lower. You can buy a point and get even lower. So you could conceivably get, I think, into the low fives maybe. Don't quote me on that one. Talk to your lender. But I know you can make them even lower. And so, if you've been thinking about selling, between the fact that rates have dropped below 6%, making, monthly payments more affordable, and the spring season coming up, we are going to start seeing most likely more buyers coming into the market. And because of that, I want to offer you talking the email, talking to the homeowner, potential home seller. So I want to offer you my ultimate guide to selling your home and a custom 100 plus point home marketing plan. And then it says right here, you can see my basic plan, and they can either click that or they can click the link below. And this is branded to you. This is the one from your Listings to Leads account. So they can see this one, which 9 times out of 10 seals the deal right there. Or, right, because we want to offer more enticements, more opportunity for them to engage, more excitement from them. And so that's where we offer the custom one, where we can add their home to our Listings to Leads account, status, listing presentation, and then it's going to create a presentation like you see here with their home, their name, right? A little blur. There you go. You can see it. Their name, their address right on the cover. And so you want to get this email out to your CRM, all right, or to all the leads and Listings to Leads. To send it through Listings to Leads, in the edit section, click the list you want to send it to. I'll say seller leads, and I can either schedule or send it right now. Always recommend sending a test email first. So send yourself a test email. You can see what it looks like, how the links all work, make sure you're good to go. And if you want to send it through your CRM, you can either do one of two things. Literally, copy the email. I can just boom, copy it, drop it right into my CRM, send a test email again, and then send it out. And or there is the copy code option if you want to do it that way. A couple of more steps, but it's still ridiculously easy. MK, no, we don't do one for both. I get what you're going at, but worst case scenario, I would just send out the one for the sellers to everybody. All right. Or you can edit the one for the seller and include a blurb, because here, let me just show you. Oh, sorry, that was the seller. Let me show you the one for the buyer. And here's why. It's going to get just too long. But if you don't have your leads broken out, I get that, then I would just combine them. All right. And here's the deal for the buyers, right? Same idea. Hey, rates are coming down, lower monthly payments. And what we're offering them is, hey, if you'd like to see some properties where they came off the market recently and we can probably scoop them up without any competition, let me know. And or if you want to get the latest price reduced homes in our local market, click the link below, right? And there's the link right there. That's going to go to your again, click on the preview to click the link. That's going to go to your price reduced landing page automatically. Nothing you need to do. All the links are working. Everything is branded. Everything is dialed in. All you need to do is just literally send it, copy and send it from your CRM, send it through Listings to Leads, edit them if you want to briefly or however you want to handle that. No problem. I'm not offended, but you do want to kind of keep it a little bit short, right? I don't want to create a book that people have to go through. And no, right now you cannot upload leads into Listings to Leads. That's why our delivery rate is pretty high, because a lot of times people upload a list, then you're always going to have some chucklehead who's going to start spamming, and that's a cold list. They don't have any double opt-in, and then everyone suffers and it becomes essentially worthless, right? So many CRMs have that issue, unfortunately. All right. We've been talking around it long enough. Let's get at it, because I want to make sure we don't go over time. When you market listings with Listings to Leads, this is not just lead generation. It's not just marketing, but it is both of those things, and it's branding. So you're going to generate leads. You're going to market, and your marketing is going to be phenomenal. Your brand is going to just explode. Okay. Your branding is going to be amazing. And then the leads we generate, some are going to be buyers. You're going to generate seller leads, and it's going to help you win more listings, because you're going to get more confident and you're going to get more capable. And so all of this really works together beautifully. All right. If you do not have a listing today, like I don't have a listing, or you might have a listing that's tired and old that you haven't been able to spend on for a couple of months, I would find a listing to market that is in the meat of the market. It's in my farm area. It's in a high turnover category, so that I can use that listing. I don't want to go to 4 million or to something that's really too far out where it's going to be a really small group of people. I want to find a listing that is going to be popular in the area. Make sense? And I've seen people borrow listings from other companies. I see it all the time. You may not think it. And initially I was like, wow, but I've seen Coldwell Banker people borrow EXP listings. I've seen Compass agents borrowing KW listings, all right, always with permission. So take a look at all of this, and then if you want to, for example, just listed, if I click on this, it's going to open up the dedicated write-up for just listed, coming soon to coming soon, open house, active, and so on. But I'm pretty familiar with all of this, so I'm just going to get at it. I don't need to read that. All right. Any questions? Please pop in your questions, right? Type in your questions as you want. I will take a look at them as we go through. If I don't get to them right away, I'll most likely get to it, or you can just ask me a little bit later. So if you need help getting listings into your account, let us know. Let our support team know. You can add listings manually. You can grab them. Hopefully they're coming in from a data feed. If you try to grab the listing, and let me just show you real quickly, I'm not going to be doing it, but up here, add listing, right? So we got grab. If it comes back as can't be grabbed, you'll have an option to ask our support team to add it, or you can add it. Either way, doesn't matter. Hopefully they're coming in. And then we've also got this thing, I don't really ever talk about it, but go play with it later. My Farm Dominator. And it's like a quasi kind of a thing where you can't edit anything. You can't, as far as the description and all that, but you can set up searches in here, listings pop in, and then you can market them as well. Just always be aware of the rules and regulations of your MLS related to that. But the My Farm Dominator is another great tool when it's available. It's not available for all areas, but it is available for most. Okay. With that said, I'm going to go to my just listed listing. And you know what? Shoot. There were two things, and I remember one of them. One of the first things I want you to do before you do anything is I want you to rearrange your photos so that the first 4 to 5 photos are the best. Okay. It makes a big difference. The e-flyers, the print flyers, the Facebook ads, the everything, right? As they show the images of the property, right? So for example, in the Facebook ad, right, we take the first 4 photos and we create a collage out of them. And if you got the first 4 photos as like the front of the house, front of the house, front of the house, and then some random thing like I saw this morning with one of our great clients, it just doesn't show that well. So go to edit, click edit, go to photos, and you can just drag and drop. And normally, every home is going to be different. Every home is unique, but typically you want front of the house, you want kitchen, living room, and then maybe if there's a feature like a primary bedroom, bathroom, whatever, dining room separate from the kitchen, and then a backyard. Maybe the backyard pool area, barbecue, a patio, something. So I just want the first 3 is typically going to be front, kitchen, living room. All right. And then feature, and then backyard or backyard feature, one of the ways. So is that clear? Because again, everything else is going to flow off of this. So once you do that, click save, click regenerate the GIF, because again, the e-flyers, the print flyers, some of the other tools as well will regenerate for you. And then it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really beautiful. Oh, yeah. The other thing I was going to mention, I knew there's 2 things I wanted to mention, and I already did because it was the prompt for the listing description. And if you do that and you want to add it into listings leads, just go to listing information and scroll down and just pop it in right here. Boop. One thing to always remember, when you copy and paste from other systems, there's always going to be invisible code. And you won't see it here, but when you go to look at the property website or something, you may notice it looks a little bit off. What I always do is anytime, anywhere on the internet, when I paste something in, I immediately select all, and there's a icon called remove format. And I just do that. And then when I save it, it'll look perfect. And one last thing, since we're here, we do have a display for buyer commission if you're so inclined to add it for your listings, where you want to put, right, to state that there is a buyer commission. So that's going to be filled out. That'll say buyer's commission offered. You can rephrase it however you want. You can do yes, no, and then you can do, I think, a percentage. If I do no, so there's no, I can do yes, and then I can even do a note. All right. Yeah. All right. Perfect. I think we're good. So I'm going to go back to the main listings dashboard. So again, photos, listing description, take a look at those 2 things. And then once you're good to go, just click the green market listing button. And I'm going to do that for 5530 Douglas Boulevard. And we got the overview. This will take you to that write-up that I showed you a little bit earlier, which I'm going to go back to a little bit later. We've got the checklist, which is really cool. I highly recommend that, especially if you're a little bit newer, because it's going to help you stay on track. And you print it, you put it down next to you. In fact, let me get this out. Mark, hopefully you saw where I was as far as those emails. If you were talking about those emails, they're right on the dashboard when you log in. Just scroll down. And you'll see them. And I'll try to show them at the end of the call again. Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, I'm telling you, pay attention, please. The next 1.5 minutes will change your Facebook ad game like nothing else. All right. Seriously. So we've got the easiest ad platform in the industry. We don't take anything off the top. We don't force you into spending X number of dollars like other vendors do, or we don't take any commission off the ad budget like some other people do. We're going to autofill location. We got the 15-mile radius. All of this is editable. Lifetime budget of $35. I like to do at least $10 a day. Typically, I do $100 a week. That's going to be for 1 week. I can edit all of that. I can go to daily, but again, I prefer lifetime. Minimum should be about $10 a day. I can edit, start, and end, but it's going to default for 1 week. You can always extend it if it's doing well, and you can always turn them off and redo them if they're not doing well. I can change the template, but notice those 4 photos are sweet. They're the best 4 photos because I took a moment earlier and I just rearranged my photos. And now for the rest of the time that listing is in listings to leads, it's going to be just perfect. I can select different templates for the ad. So this is a Facebook ad, or it's going to be a Facebook lead ad. We're going to collect name, email, phone number, and a few other things, which I'm going to show you. If I want to edit this, if I want to change images here, the color, the text, click edit. And you can update the images one at a time so you can get them perfect if they're not already. I can update the color of and text of that little banner in the template. You can do carousel. You can also do video. I don't like carousel, but I do like video. All right. But here's where I can upload a custom image or video. But here's the thing. So please listen. Yeah, Mark. So yeah, Mark, you should be good. Okay. But again, let me know later if you're not. I want you to think about this. And in fact, let's go look at a ad. So I want you to pay attention to this. This is so powerful. I don't know if there's anybody else in the industry that does this as well as we do. And give it a sec. I got to scroll down. All right. So here's an ad. All right. Here's an ad. I click it and check out these 3 questions. What is your time frame to buy? Would you like my free ultimate guide to selling a home? Sure. And if they say yes, we're going to send it automatically. Do you have a home to sell? Yes. These 3 questions are completely editable. We got 20 plus questions that you can select from. You can even send us new questions that you might want to add that you think we should add to the list. But don't put 4 here. 4 is too many, but 3 is awesome. I did testing with 1, 2, and 3 questions here ahead of name, email, and phone number. Cost per lead was phenomenal. No difference between 3 questions and no questions. Amazing. I was for sure there would be. I was absolutely for sure that when I went to 3 questions and was testing, that the CPL would just fall apart. Not at all. At 4, it does. At 4, you start seeing a negative return, but at 3, you're good to go. They hit continue, name, email, and phone number, continue. They're going to go to the single property website and you're going to get the lead. Phenomenal. Does that make sense? Now, here's the beautiful thing. Because you said, and it's always going to be different, but because you said time frame to buy was whatever, do you want my ultimate guide to buying a home? 30 to 40% people say yes to that. And then do you have a home to sell? Depending on the home you're marketing, you can expect anywhere from 10 to 30% of people saying yes to that one. And all those questions are customizable. So check this out. Just open up advanced options. All right. So I'm going to click advanced options, the off to on. I can click create new form. And then right here are those questions. And there's some really good ones. So as I scroll down, what is your time frame to buy is turned on. And would you like my ultimate guide to buying a home is turned on. I'm going to turn it off. But I'm going to check this out. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Boom, yes. See if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance. This would be a great question if you got a lower end home maybe, and you got a lender that you can work these leads with. That would be a great one. Have you been pre-approved? Some people like, and some of these are great for the lenders, right? When lenders run an ad, they want some of these more financial questions. What's changing in your housing needs? Would you like to be notified when similar listings hit the market? That's a phenomenal one. What's most important to you in your next home? That's a phenomenal one. If you're doing new construction, would you like me to send you current builder incentives? And you can see, do you have a home to sell? So we got a lot of really great questions. And what might be good or appropriate for one listing, as far as the 3 questions ahead of name, email, and phone number, for a different listing, it could be 3 other questions. And I can even drag and rearrange the order of them. So I can click on it and drag it up, drag it down, and then just always check what is your time, make sure you're good to go here. What is your time frame to buy? Would you like a list of price reduced homes? Do you have a home to sell? Now, check this out. You may not think this is important, but it is. You want the first question to be a value add question. Them answering what is your time frame to buy is not value add to them. It is to you, sort of, but it's not to them. Price reduced homes for sale offer is. So that's why I want to drag that to the top, because that way the first question they answer is going to be for the list of price reduced homes for sale. They're going to be excited. They're going to be thinking, this is awesome. I'm going to get a list of price reduced homes for sale. Now they're going to be more inclined and excited to answer these next 2 questions more honestly. Are we good? Hey, we all know a good lender, huh? Yeah, right, exactly. And then once you're good to go, click create form. That's it. Close advanced options, create new ad or create ad. You're off and running. When you're doing it yourself, it should take a minute, because you're going to confirm location. You're going to maybe edit the budget a little bit, because we default to 35. You should at least do 70 for a week. And then you're going to click the advanced options, click create new form, look at those questions and see what you think is most appropriate for you. And then the most important part of all of this is make sure in your follow-up, when you're following up with these leads, that you address the questions where they said yes to. All right. Makes sense? For the seller ads, we have a whole different set of questions. All right. And I think they're even more awesome. And we review those on a different call. Next thing I'm going to mention, and again, on one of our calls last week, one of our clients was like, oh my God, I love the ads. I love the AI text follow-up. If you're not using AI with your CRM for the follow-up, it's automated, it's easy, right? Unlike other CRMs go high level, where you literally need a computer engineering degree to get all that set up. And we do integrate with Go High Level. So if you're using GHL, you can use our Zap, what is called Lead Connector, in the profile, and you can connect Go High Level like any other CRM. But for our AI text, just click subscribe, go with the lowest package to start with, right? Hit next. You'll add a credit card. And then on the next one, you're going to select the name of your AI agent. There's like 20 names to select from. And then you're going to select buyer leads, seller leads, or both. And that's it. This way, every time I generate a lead, I'm going to get an email. And the email is I'm going to get all the lead. I'm going to get the lead notification, but I'll get a second email from the AI text. And it's going to tell me one of 3 things. We have engaged with the person. We have not engaged because it's a landline, so it knows if it's a landline. We have not engaged because it's a bad phone number. So you're going to know right away, which I love. I think that's useful as well. Oh, wow, that's a good phone number. Okay, great. It's a good phone number. And then every time they lead responds, you're going to get notified as well. So the AI text, it's going to be a little bit heavier in the beginning, then it's going to taper off. It's going to ask different questions. It's going to ask different things. Like a little bit later, it'll start asking, do you want a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would you like my ultimate guide to buying a home? Would you like this or that? So it's going to try to engage with different offers of value. And then every time the lead responds, you're going to get notified via email. It'll update the lead record in listings to leads and your CRM. And you can turn off the AI text follow-up at any time, right? You just click the email that you get, you'll go right to the lead record, and then you can just turn off the AI text follow-up part right there if you want to. Super easy. You're always in control. There's full transparency. I mean, you're always up to date on what's going on with it. All right. I'm going to breeze through a few things here. All right. So we got the social media posting. All right, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and Facebook. All of these will post. And again, I can edit the post, I can edit the image. So I like for the social media post, because it's a different image dimension. I like the sideways one the better. And if I need to edit or connect social accounts, I can do that there. I can schedule the post. I can post now. Here's an old post. And they're going to link to the property website exactly the same way as the ad does. So people see the post, they click on it, and they go right to the single property website. And if you're using video or 3D tours, professional photos, if you do area videos or about me videos, about us videos, client review videos, all this kind of great content can be added to your listings to lead single property websites. Get into the mastermind group or get with our support for help on that one. But yeah, it's super easy. Now we're going to hit up the seller. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the most powerful ways to get your SOI going, to get some free leads coming in. And that is to send the seller something to post on their Facebook page, to post it in different Facebook groups, like neighborhood groups. I belong to a couple of different neighborhood groups. And to Nextdoor, if your Nextdoor is not a toxic cesspool of crazy people. I don't know. Nextdoor can be a little bit much. You may not want Nextdoor people coming after you. But if Nextdoor is good in your area, phenomenal, good for you. And then we got an email. And remember, we rearranged the order of those photos. Not only does the Facebook ad look amazing, but check this out. Look how beautiful that is. All right, it's like the first 4 to 5, I can't remember exactly, photos rotating. And the social media post and the e-flyer are going to link right here. They're going to be promoting you. And again, free branding, free leads. And I want you to be thinking about this. When I market a listing that is for sale, so maybe it's just listed, it could be active, open house as well, coming soon. Think of the big picture. So let's just say just listed, I market it. And then I market it as open house. A lot of the people in my audience are going to see, oh, Scott, a couple of weeks ago, he was doing it just listed, and now he's doing an open house, right? So it's the branding, but it's also storytelling. And it's telling a story. I am actively involved in real estate. And I'll always be thinking here, when the listing goes into contract, I mean, it could be 4 months. Hopefully it's 2 weeks. Hopefully it's a week. All right. But regardless, now it goes pending. And I'm going to market it again. And then people are going to start seeing me again. They're going to be like, oh, wow, Scott must be pretty good. He got a home under contract. That's awesome. We're thinking about selling, right? We saw Scott with just listed. We saw Scott with open house. Now we see Scott with the pending. And then it's going to close escrow. Now we see Scott again at just sold. So they are going to be seeing me, right, all over the place for months at a time in different kind of spurts along through that. But it's the story that this is all telling people. And to have this on the seller's page, to have the seller sharing this via social media and email, in addition to all the other things that we're doing, is so darn powerful. So it is definitely easy to get this to the seller. So share on seller social media, just click the green, send a seller, or it may say add seller info, put in their email, put in their name. If there's 2, do 2, do 3, and click send. Yes, send it. You're going to be CC'd the same time they are. Your version will just be a little bit different because your version will say, this email was also sent to Ian. So that way Ian got it. And you're going to do the same thing for the e-flyer for seller's sphere of influence. That will autofill from what we just did above. So that'll already be there. But click send. Yes, send it. And then when you get those 2 emails, you're going to call the seller up. And it's an awesome phone call anyways. This is what is one of the biggest problems that most sellers have, and buyers maybe too, I don't know, but sellers, communication. They want more communication. This is fun. This is so good for that, because I'm going to call the seller up and say, hey, Lisa, Scott here. Want to let you know that we're marketing the home. I just did a Facebook ad. I'm doing some other social media things. And I got a lot of other stuff I'll be doing here shortly. But I sent you a couple of things, couple of emails, one to post to your Facebook page. And if you belong to any other neighborhood groups, post it there as well. Because in this market, we do not want to leave any stones unturned. And you likely know people and or people who know people that would love to buy in the area. And so I just want to make sure that we get this out in addition to all the things that we are doing, that we get this out to as many people as possible. And I also sent you an e-flyer that you can share via email as well. Your seller is going to think you are a marketing rock star. The posts are gorgeous. They're set up to go to the property website automatically. And they are a piece of that puzzle for the story that is going to be told over the life of the listing. So the benefits to your business are just absolutely multifaceted and more powerful than a lot of people probably realize. Any questions on that? So get those two things out and then call the seller. I just did the role play, make it happen. Next up, we got the nearby homeowner letter. And I'll get back to that in a second here. We got postcards and door hangers, which are awesome. I'm going to show that to you in a minute. And then we got a circle prospecting script. The homes around that listing are one of the biggest sources of new listings you've got. All right. When we got a listing, to not use these tools is just ridiculous. I know people, they do a letter, the nearby homeowner letter. Let me just bring it up. They do it once while it's for sale. So that could be at just listed. It could be for an open house. It could be for coming soon or just regular active. And you can door knock it. You can mail it. You can use labels. It's better if you use like a handwritten font, whether it's printed handwritten font or you actually handwrite it. The letters are just amazing. But they're more personal. The postcards are phenomenal as well, but the letters just have that little bit of a personal touch to them. And it says, "Hello, hope you're having a great week. I just want to let you know that 5530 Douglas Boulevard in Folsom just listed for sale. You can get all the information by going," and they got 3 options. The link, and the link is phenomenal. Why? Because when a homeowner sees these URLs, and mine's kind of one of the lamest. Normally we got 5530 Douglas dot America's best listing, the best listing, world's best listing, beautiful home for sale. Is Home Now is one of the more boring, and they're always editable, so I can edit it. You want to edit it before you do any marketing, otherwise it'll break the marketing. But so homeowners love these URLs because they're very descriptive and they're very positive about the home. So that's phenomenal. They could send a text code and they will automatically get the virtual tour, right? Mobile responsive. You're going to get the phone number right away, immediately, right away. And, or they can scan the QR code. So these are amazing. And then we let them know when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. So say 17 homes sold in Folsom in January 2026. And this updates, I think after like the first week of the month, this updates automatically, but it is fully editable. So I could go to ChatGPT or the MLS. And I could just say, "Hey, give me the update." And then right next to download is edit. I could come in here and say, "You know what? Actually, let me just say February." And it was not, and I asked ChatGPT, or I looked it up in the MLS and I saw that it was 19 homes and that the highest price home to sell was 1.143, right? And then I can click download, and when it downloads, it will download with the edits I made. Now, door knocking, I understand it's cold, it's miserable, but door knocking is one of the fastest ways to connect with people. So if you got the time, the wherewithal, the ability, always being safe, door knocking can be phenomenal. Now, door knocking expireds and FSBOs with the training that we do on that is just so pinpointed and powerful. You can literally, and I have people do this all the time. They door knock under 10 homes and we'll put $2 million into the pipeline from 10 homes. All right. Because what we do is so targeted for expireds and FSBOs. With a circle prospecting thing around a home, it's not as targeted, obviously, but it is still so powerful. When you got this nearby homeowner letter, and if I was door knocking, I would carry my 100-point home marketing plan with me. It's like a 1-2 punch. It's amazing. Now, I got people that will print these up and they will send them off to My Plus Leads, or not My Plus Leads, Mailbox Power, Vista, Zaire Mail, ZAIR mail.com. They print it and just do it themselves, and they'll just mail them out. So you can door knock. I've had people take these letters and they just tri-fold the letters, and they literally either send it through a printer or just the address right on the letter. Don't even use an envelope. The most powerful, the best way, of course, is whether it's a printer or handwritten, but you want a handwritten font or handwritten style font with a regular stamp. We don't want this to look like the water bill where it's sent through some of these services and it's just all jacked, crazy looking. Because then it's going to look like a bill, and it's just going to get thrown away. All right. But yeah, these letters are absolutely phenomenal. And the postcards and door hangers are great too. I also love the door hanger idea. Postcards are phenomenal. Let me show you. Let me go to the jumbo. We got EDDM, we got jumbo, we got standard. Here's the front. And then here's the back. And so on the front, right, clean, beautiful, simple, and just like the letter, just listed. And it'll be your coloring, your branding. The text is automatically on there. You don't have to do anything. It's just there. It's just there. So I can take this and print it through Listings to Leads, or I can I can go to Vistaprint. I can go to Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, whatever I want. You got the QR code automatically there. And then check this out. On the back, it's even better. On the back, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. I would like to invite you to find out the new value of your home for free at. It's got this really easy domain, but then it's got this text code underneath it. Or text 182141 to 888-264-1910. And if you've never tried that before, try it on one of your listings and see what happens. It's really cool. It has this whole conversation. So as soon as people hit that text, you'll get a phone number, right? You'll get notified, hey, 415-555-1212, just hit your seller home value. And then the questions are going to run through what's the property address you want the value for. They put in the property address. Then the automated text conversation says, do you want us to send it to you via mail to your house, or would you like it via email? And then they're going to say email. They're going to type in their email address. You have to provide it. And what you could do is literally, you could just go to the landing page and just fill out the landing page with all their information. What's really cool about our landing pages here, and it's a bit of an aside, but it relates, right? Because this may happen. When people fill this out, or when you fill it out for someone like I just mentioned, they will then get their home value every month going forward, which is really cool. So the first week of the month. So if you fill this out today or on the 19th or the 23rd, I think if it's too close to the end of the month, we skip the first month and go to the next one. But essentially every 30 days, the first week of the month, they're going to get an email automatically with their updated home value estimate. So not only when leads fill this out, do they get their home value right now, but they're going to get it going forward every 30 days for first week of the month. Circle prospecting script right here. Hey, if you've got a listing, why you would not circle prospect would be beyond me. I would think that would be non-negotiable. All right. Absolutely non-negotiable. We've got an affiliate link with My Plus Leads, and for free for 30 days, you could be circle prospecting that, especially if you use the letter, postcard, or door hanger. We got 2 versions of it. And again, it's not as targeted as calling expireds or FSBOs, but it's still darn good. It is still better, and it still will get you some listings. It'll put listings into your pipeline. It'll put people into your CRM. So I highly recommend you do the circle prospecting. And what we do here in the circle prospecting is that we're letting them know, but hey, there's a new listing down the street. There's an open house down the street. We have a property coming soon, right? Whatever it's appropriate. And then we're going to go through the script, and we're going to end it with, when this home sells, it's going to affect the home values in the neighborhood. Would lisa@gmail.com be the best email to send your updated home value to once this closes escrow? Because you're going to have their email because it's in My Plus Leads, or it's in RedX or Vulcan 7 or whatever program you're using. So when you circle prospect and you get all the data, you're going to have, all right, phone number, name, address, email, and so on. So yeah, circle prospecting to me, non-negotiable. Similar to the seller, we've got an email and a call script for our database. All right. Your database is one of the most powerful things you got. I always see coaches, like, when they talk about the database, here are 10 things that you can say to your database. You just got to call your database. And what you want, here's what you want to do. All right. And this was from a top producer a while back ago. You send the email, and this is like greasing the skids. All right. So an email comes in. They may get it, they may not, right? Most likely they will. It looks gorgeous. You got 5 photos running through. They may not be interested. Maybe they are. They can click the links, and instead of going to Google Maps, oh my God, I swear, probably more than half the e-flyers I get from agents for their listings that don't use us, you click, right? Like you click here in your e-flyer, and I'm now on Google Maps. Are you kidding me? Do you call that marketing? No, it's not marketing. And then in the e-flyer, automatically it's going to say, and you can send this to your CRM as well. I'm going to show you. When this home is sold, your home value will be affected. Click here. Boom. Just like we talked about a little bit earlier. But now this is for our database. So we can send it through leads in listings to leads. So I can select a list, whatever is the most appropriate. I've sent to all buyer leads. I've also got the ability, all the leads from this one listing will be actually a list. So if I want to just update all the people that inquired on this early from like a Facebook lead, and I want to send them this, they'll be part of this group right here. And just click send now. And, or just like before, I can either click copy code, and you wouldn't really think it, but it's true. When I copy that and just paste it into Bold or Follow Up Boss, all the images are going to be great. All the links are going to work. Everything is going to be awesome. And I can have that out the door in 10 seconds. And then just like before with circle prospecting, call them up. Call them up. All right. And it's an easy one because I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not selling you, right? We're not shoe salesmen. All right. We're not selling socks. We're not going to talk anybody into buying anything from us. What we are going to do is stay in front of people. We're going to offer value, right? We're going to be friendly. We're going to be approachable, and we're going to keep our name in front of these people, because when they are ready, or maybe they have a referral or a question, then they come to us, right? And so if we don't do these things, well, why would they call us? What's the point? We never did anything to keep this relationship going. And we can build relationships, because when I call you up and I say, hey, Lisa, Scott here at XYZ Realty in Folsom, I'm just calling to let you know that 5530 Douglas just listed for sale. I sent all my clients and VIPs an email with a link to the property website. If you have any questions on that, I just wanted to make sure to let you know so you didn't miss it. All right. Great. Phenomenal opening. Put it in your own words, but you want to just call them to let them know about the listing. And even if it's a listing, maybe you're borrowing a listing to hold open, you can do the same thing there as well. Or you can do the same thing there as well. Say something funny, mention something going on with the weather or whatever. Stay away from politics. And then you're going to notice here, there are 3 there are 3 versions of the ending, and go ahead and take a look at them before you start calling. But one of them is, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all my clients and VIPs. And I know you're not thinking to sell anytime in the near future, but this is really great because what it'll do is just let you know the current value of your home. And maybe and if you want it, I can even do an equity update for you. And it's great for me because it helps me keep tabs of what's happening in the local market. Would Lisa at Gmail be the best email to send that to? Beautiful, right? Beautiful, easy. We're going to wrap it up. Give me 4 to 5 minutes and I'm going to wrap it up because I got 2 things that are so important that I have not mentioned yet. All right. Now, there's a short form video script. If you want to do a TikTok, YouTube short, so on and so forth, you can never do too many shorts. All right. You can never do too many vertical videos. And what's beautiful about Instagram is when I do an Instagram story, it ports over to Facebook, which is awesome. Every listing automatically gets a property website. It's so funny. I even get clients like, hey, do we get a property website? I'm like, well, yeah, of course. We got the full screen and then we got standard. Add video, add 3D tours, add professional photos. You got the open house sign-in form, which we're not going to be covering today, but it's here. And in fact, someone is just in the mastermind group, and it's a great post in the mastermind group about these. Type in open house into the search. I even gave a Canva template where you can put a sign at the door that says, please scan the QR code to sign into this open house. And one of the agents was saying how she does that, and everybody just does it. Everybody, they scan the QR code, the open house sign-in form pops up on their phone, they fill it out, and then she gets the lead notification so she knows they filled it out, and then they come in the property. So check out the mastermind group for that. Every listing gets a listing flyer. We got 30 different templates. And again, because I edited those photos, now I got the most beautiful flyer. I got a QR code automatically on it. I've got text code automatically on it. It's my colors. It's my branding, my logo, my picture, everything right there. It's awesome. So a lot of different listing flyers. And the 2 last things I want to mention. 1, you want your yard sign. Every time I'm in a Facebook group and someone says, what is a great source of leads? Open house is there, expireds are there. And you know what? Invariably, yard signs are mentioned as well. But for most of you, your yard signs are garbage. They're worthless. You want a status on it. Coming soon, just listed, open house, or active. If you got an open house coming up this weekend and you don't have the open house on it, you're losing opportunity. All right. You're literally losing opportunity. When you go to our training pages, I go through this in much more detail, but you want the status writer on top. You want the listing flyers. So when you're at your association, just grab an acrylic flyer holder, put some flyers in there. The neighbors walking by, the really serious buyers that do a little pre-screening or scouting, right? They drive by, they can grab a flyer, or they can send a text and get the mobile responsive virtual tour automatically. All you got to do is get them up there. So your yard sign can go from being a dud to a hero. You can download these, change the colors, right? Go to customize, and then you can order from Dirt Cheap Signs. You're going to just upload the download you got from us. You can order it from them and they can send it to you. Call their support if you need help with that. Make sure that you get the right one, you get it dialed in. But I would order these, and these extensions stay with your account. So when the listing is sold, I'm going to be able to take this rider and on the next one. And the last thing I get to before the last thing is when you look at the write-up, and so I'm going to go just listed overview, step-by-step guide. I'm going to click learn more because I'm going to just real quickly on Instagram stories. I'm going to give you some really great stuff there. But if you scroll down, these are all the things that we just went through. So these are, and it's like a little bit of a write up where it's more casual. And those blue links are to the support page. But if I scroll all the way, sign writers, here we go. And you also want to get a light. Now, daylight savings is happening really soon, which is awesome. But you want your yard sign to have the status on top. If you can get a light, it's amazing. It's because it's going to keep it lit 24/7. And then you got the call to action part because no one ever calls your 10-digit number. When's the last time somebody called your 10-digit phone number from a yard sign? Like maybe once a year. But if you actually do it the way I show you and I talk about, your yard sign can become a much more integral part of your buyer and seller leads. And it makes you look good to all the neighbors. So when I go door knocking, it helps. When the seller puts it on their Facebook page, it helps. So all of the stuff works together. Okay. Last thing I got for you. And I'm just going to mention it because I know you guys got to go. And it is right here. So I got this no matter what the status is, whether it was coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. And I got it for pending and sold as well. Our Instagram stories. And you can do a ton of these. There's 4 links. Click here to see examples. So there's a folder for open house and there's one for coming soon, just listed. And so in every one of these, you can do video clips, you can do images. Check this out. I can add link and it's going to the property website. I got a poll looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. Yes, send me the home buying guide. No. And if I go to the next one, so I want you later to come in here, take a look at this, get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. And it's going right to my landing page where they can fill that out and get the guides automatically. And I got another poll. Here's a little video clip. This is not a walkthrough video. This is not an overly complicated thing. Now you can do, get your hands on CapCut, learn how to edit just a little bit, and you can just blow it out. Or you could be using it like a third-party vendor and still include the landing page links, the property website links. Here's another little, like a 10-second clip. And was the free ultimate guide to buying a home download. Boom. Right there. They can fill it out and they get the guide. And I got the poll. How would you use this space? And there's more examples here. And if you don't know how to do this, I got a video walking you through how to do links and polling in Instagram stories right there. And then how to do TikTok right there. All right. Are we good? I just put the link into the chat for the post-webinar survey. It would really mean a lot to me for you to fill that out and let me know how I'm doing. I'm not here to listen to myself talk and pontificate. I am here to serve you and make sure that you are growing your business, that you're motivated to grow your business, that you've got the steps and actions and tactics and strategies and know how to use them. All right, we've got the mastermind group. So get yourselves into the mastermind group. The only thing holding you back, if you are a listings to leads client, is you taking action and being a participant in the success of your life. That is it. All right. Mark, are you good with the email? Thank you, Arif. I appreciate that, my man. And again, let's just end it right here. If you don't need this, you're good. But the email for your seller and buyer leads, so for your database, again, dashboard, scroll down. I'm already doing it, Mark, so I'll just show it. And then right here. Oh, what you didn't see is, so here are those 2 emails, media library. We got a couple of videos. So we got videos that are the related brother and sister of those 2. Mortgage rates just dropped for sellers, mortgage rate buyers. And if I click on it, I can download it. So I can play it right here. I think there's music, but maybe not. And if there's not, you want to add the music on the platform anyways. So we got these, and so the idea of these are, then I can, if I'm on my phone, just download it right to your phone or if you're on your laptop like I am right now, just download it. Now I can upload to TikTok from my laptop, or I can just go, where am I at? Window. I always, every time, I swear, I've never done this before. And I do it like 2 to 3 times a day. File, share, and then I can select AirDrop, and I can AirDrop it right to my phone. And there's a video for buy, and just like what you saw with those listings on Instagram, the idea is that you put a link to your 100-point home marketing plan landing page for the seller, and for the buyer, put a link to price reduced. Does that make sense? So when I'm on Instagram, if you don't know how to do it, I got the video right there. It's so easy. And I just grab the link for my 100-point home marketing plan, and I put it right in the Instagram story. And then for TikTok and Reels and post, where I can't include a link, then it's the comment or DM. Cool. And I love seeing a lot of people grab so many videos. All right. We have tons of videos. We're going to be adding a lot more. So yeah, check that out. There's a ton. I saw one of these videos the other day. I thought it was pretty cool. Right. We have buyer profile videos as well. So anyways, all right, everyone, get out of here. Get it yourselves into the mastermind group. If we can be of any help, strategize, hear success stories, all of that great stuff. And Dennis Wheeler, if you're still on, I want to hear that a little bit more about your story on how you got a listing using your suggested thermal. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a quick little screenshot of that, so I don't forget to follow up with him and find out a little bit more. All right, everybody, get out of here. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.